This is a day we've worked toward for a long time. We never stopped pushing for her release. It took painstaking and intense negotiations, and I want to thank all the hardworking public servants across my administration who worked tirelessly to secure her release. I also want to thank the UAE for helping us facilitate Brittney's return.
The U.S. has indicted him on 4 terror-related charges, including conspiracy to kill Americans.
What makes him a threat to the United States?
He is a shadow facilitator. He's arming not only designated terrorist groups, insurgent groups, but he's also arming very powerful drug trafficking cartels around the globe.
Come on, help yourselves, no talk, everything goes. Guys, come on up. Here, having fun now, huh? Come on. Bullets, guns, grenades, hooray, yeah, come on. Take the whole train, go ahead, take the train.
Well, it looks like we have breaking news going on right now, as some of us are just getting our first cup of coffee this morning. This is coming from the White House. Brittney Griner has been released as part of a swap. She's on a plane on her way home to the U.S. of A. But before we get into it, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, share. Thank you for those who have been subscribing, liking, and sharing our programming out there. We're well over 600 subscribers on YouTube, and our other social media platforms are also growing as well. Once again, thank you to those who have subscribed, liked, and share our programs. We're around to the slow period of the year, Christmas, going into the new year. We'll be taking some time off very soon, but we got a lot of programming that will be playing while we are off. So once again, thanks for those who have been there for us. So while we slept, I guess this was being finalized out, that Brittney Griner has been released from the Russian gulag. We'll take this off from ABC News. The U.S. has swapped WNBA star Brittney Griner for convicted Russian arms dealer Viktor Bout, according to a senior U.S. official. The basketball star was taken into custody at Moscow area airport in February in possession of vape cartridges containing hashish oil, an illegal substance in Russia. Griner pleaded guilty in July and was sentenced to 9 years in prison on August 7th. She appealed the sentence, but quickly rejected it in October. President Joe Biden confirmed that the WNBA star Brittney Griner is on her way back to the U.S. and will be back within 24 hours. The president says she's in good spirits. She's safe. She's on a plane and she's on her way home, Biden said. After months of being unjustly detained in Russia, held under intolerable circumstances, Brittney will be back in the arms of her loved ones, and she should have been there all along, he said. A senior U.S. official told ABC News that Biden signed off on the prisoner swap last week. The brother of Paul Whelan, an ex-Marine currently being held in the Russian prison, said that they were not told beforehand he would not be included in the swap and were able to mentally prepare for what now is a public disappointment for us. At some level, our family has steeled ourselves for this likelihood, Whelan's brother David wrote in a statement, and I think the use of wrongful detentions and hostage diplomacy continues around the globe. It is clear the U.S. government needs to be more assertive. If bad actors like Russia are going to grab innocent Americans, the U.S. needs a swifter, more direct response, and to be prepared in advance. In the Russia case, this may mean taking more law-breaking Kremlin connections Russians into custody, he added. It is not like there aren't plenty around the world. David Whelan also made sure to note that he and his family were happy that Griner has been released, and he said he knew the cases were not intertwined. There is no greater success for a wrongful detainee to be freed and for them to go home, he wrote. The Biden administration had made the right decision to bring Ms. Griner home and made the deal possible rather than waiting for the one that was going to happen? Well, here's the thing. And you look at that, you've got Paul Whelan, and not only Paul Whelan is there's another gentleman by the name of Mark Fogel, and a woman named Sarah Krivnek, who are also been jailed. Sarah being the least likely in the news, because basically this is a woman who was beaten by her boyfriend. And basically she took out a knife to defend herself, scratched her boyfriend. It just scratched him. No penetration, nothing. Just a little scratch, a little back to tracing, covered, but she's now spending years in jail for that. Mark Vogel, who also was arrested with the similar charges to Brittney Griner, is also sitting in prison as well. And Paul Whelan basically they claimed he was spying. And there are others. I think there's like over a dozen others that are sitting in Russian cells to this day. That this was all political to the whole situation. Because basically, this was the worst deal ever. You gave up for the return of a celebrity, a sports celebrity, one of the worst guys on the planet. And we're talking a guy who literally sells arms to everybody. Whether it's the cartels, whether it's Al-Qaeda, any other terrorist, this guy has stolen arms to them. I mean, we're talking over 30,000 AK-47s were sold at one point, over 800 missiles sold by this guy. This was sold by this guy. If I was Brittney, I would say, no, I don't want to go home yet. I want to make sure these other people get to go home with me as well, because the cost was too fucking high. One major guy that's the enemy of the world versus a sports celebrity. That's the worst deal ever. And this is what shows. And I guarantee you, this is to hide. They're going to say, oh, you brought her home. It's okay that, I'm saying she should come home. But, now they're praising her because this administration is in trouble for what they have done. And what Elon Musk is putting out right now on Twitter, the whole situation with the FBI and all that, that's going to come to bite them in the ass hard, and they're trying to hide this from you, the American public. They never gave a shit about Brittney Griner because there have been dozens of people arrested overseas for the same crime. And this is not only in Russia, in other countries, Indonesia, Thailand, and other places throughout the world where the same laws exist, and they are still in prison. The only way you're going to get out of this if it suits their political game. This is why I've said through this election out, know who you're going to elect. Now, the thing about it is, there's some parts where the American public has won and other parts where they didn't win on this past election. New York is one of the perfect examples. A lot of the New York smaller counties turned red for the first time. Is that a good thing? Only time will tell to the whole situation. For them to do this president to do what he just did and mentioned the whole situation on there that, it was important for her to come home. All of these people are important to come home. Every American throughout the world that are trapped and jailed for crimes that basically, it's their own fault to the situation. And the thing about it is, and someone had mentioned it, they go like, well, they knew the law, they knew the situation. Yeah, that's right, they knew what the law was. But they walked in with eyes open with cannabis weed in their bags. They said, well, it's not so bad, cannabis on there. Give it time. Give it time. because already we're having a problem here in New York. We're already having a problem on this rollout, whether they're trying to get these dispensaries open for, on there, but you have illegal ones cropping up left and right, and some of them have been found with tainted marijuana with additional chemicals in the batch. Look it up. Drugs are bad. No matter what drug it is, drugs are bad. If you're taking it without a doctor's prescription, an actual doctor's prescription, then you should not be taking it. You're seeing this day in and day out, and you're seeing this right now with the fentanyl scare. But this whole thing where, we got to get BRITTNey Griner back. We got to get BRITTNey Griner back. Yeah, get the other people back first. She just got there. Should she come back? Yeah, she should come back. But so does these other people. They deserve to come back. Well, we'll probably have a little bit more on the next edition of Man Cafe. We have a couple of other Man with the shows coming up within the next week, and then we're taking off for the holiday. We'll have some additional episodes linked through till January. So comment below. Let me know your feelings on the whole situation. Was this a bad deal? Which I'm saying this was the most horrible deal you think, and I know other countries are laughing at us at this point. So let me know in the comments below your feelings on it. And don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, share. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. We'll see you on the next video. Thank you for tuning in, and bye-bye now.